Guys, this is Billy Davidson with Davidson Pressure Wash Painting, Hammond, Louisiana, March 24, 2020. Hope you all are doing well. I want to show y'all something on this concrete. I don't know if you can tell on this camera, but I'm almost certain you can. If you see this area here where it appears to be cleaner than this area out here, and you can actually see where it circles in and around different pathways out here on the main drive lane. You see it as well in here. We'll walk down a little bit more, and I'm sure hoping this is picking up on camera. I wanted to talk to you about it. This concrete's about a year old. It's very, very large, busy apartment complex, and when you see this and you don't know what that is, or if you're quoting this job, remember what you see here, because this is important. If you've been quoting a job like this that wants surface cleaned, you need to let the customer know and point out the difference in where the cars don't travel up next to the curve here as nearly as much as obviously out in the drive lane. So what we're looking out there, we're looking at a combination of several different contaminants, but the main one that we're really worried about is the rubber off of the tires. You see a lot of that is a lot of rubber contaminated on that concrete. Now you'll notice also this in front of storefronts where there's rubber from the soles of people's shoes. If it's a very old storefront that has not been well maintained, like what I mean by well maintained, getting it power washed either with hot water or degreaser every 3 to 4 months, that is regular maintenance. If they're letting it go a year or two, you will see that foot traffic. Of course, it's a lot much more narrow than this. It's just maybe 36, 40 inches, 42 inches wide, where people tend to walk. And human beings by nature tend to follow the same path. You can see it on the side of the road where people walk, especially when you get in towards the inner cities, where a lot of people are walking back to and from certain establishments. You will see those paths beaten down in the grass or wherever it's at. All mammals tend to do it. Rabbits do it, deer do it. If you're a deer hunter, you can know where the deer walk to and from water sources and stuff. So look for that in storefronts, and it's really a phenomenon when you're dealing with storefronts. Over the years, I've seen it to where the sidewalk might be 10 feet wide, but everybody tends to walk down that certain little pathway. It's a really weird thing. I've seen it where there'll be a pole in a way, and everybody goes to the right of that pole, and very few people go to the left of the pole, so there's no foot traffic on the left of the pole visible. So just to keep that in mind, of course, obviously these vehicles don't have a choice. They're going to travel down this drive lane as they go to and from their apartment. Now, what does this mean for us as power washing company? For one, you want to know that it's there, because knowledge is the greatest power of all, obviously. You realize what you're looking at, you know that it's there, and you point this out to your potential client. Now, that being said, is there anything we can do about it? Of course there is. It does take a little more work than cleaning the non-rubberized pathway versus that out there. Now, a surface cleaner, a really good optimized surface cleaner will do a great job on it with no pre-treating, with no post-treating. But nonetheless, you still will be able to see, once it dries, a slight difference between the non-traveled area and a traveled area, and that goes for the storefronts too. So what we do, we let the customer know, and we give them two options. We say, okay, we can come in with our surface cleaners and wash everything and rinse it, and then maybe do a little post-treat with a sodium hypochlorite. That would be option A. That may be just a standard option. So much a square foot, whatever your price bears in your market. Option B would be more of a deep cleaning solution, sprayed on the concrete in a pre-treating fashion. We pre-treat the concrete with a combination of degreasers, sodium hypochlorite, and maybe even an acid if it's really bad, like in a storefront. And then at that point, you got to neutralize the acid and everything. So that's option B. So you give them A and B option there. And then if you got room for a C option, go for that. You know, I don't really much see a C option here where we can up the ante even that little bit more, other than maybe doing a sidewalk or something like that. But just keep that in mind. So, you know, A option, the first option would be to surface clean and pre-treat it with sodium hypochlorite and let it ride. You know, so the option B would be to pre-treat it and post-treat it after surface cleaning. Pre-treating with a combination of sodium hypochlorite and degreaser, which gets expensive. I mean, if you got hundreds of thousands of square feet, it's not going to be cheap. So you may raise the price for sure 10 to 15, 20%. And that would be being gentle on them. Sometimes it can be as high as 50% more to pre-treat with a degreaser, just for the simple fact of the material cost, the time that it takes to lay down the material, whether you spraying it down with a soft wash pump, because that downstreamer is not going to be concentrated enough usually, or if you're going to apply it with some type of X-Jet system or a hand pump or a sprayer or brushes. There's several ways to apply it, so keep that in mind. Now, the results for each option A would be, it would look great, but obviously it's not going to remove 100% of this rubberized material. It's going to get the dirt and grime up and some of that rubberized from that car tires, but you still will be able to see a path here. Now, that B option with the degreasers, the pre-treating, the post-treating, it would take a trained eye to be able to find that afterwards. So you can let your customer know that. And don't forget, it's always good to come out and do a test spot. If you're going to show them option A and show them option B, like, you know, if I were going to do it, I would definitely do it in a heavy area. Say, hey, you know, let us come show you what option A is, and then maybe going down a little bit more and show them what option B looks like. That way, when they ride around, they can look at it, they can take pictures of it and show the higher ups and justify what they're doing. And look, this will set you apart from the regular Joe Blow that comes around with a little pressure washing truck and just gonna spray some water and a little surface cleaner and don't rinse too well afterwards. These are things that in these times, especially in these times where you have customers that still wanting to spend money, but you need to verify and justify those dollars and you know that they're gonna spend with you. And you know, you let them know you're respecting every dollar that they're spending with your company. That is something I tell my customers. Say, look, we're not out here trying to hit a home run on every job, but we do got to make a profit. We got people that depend on us, families that depend on us, you know, so it's important that you get some of these larger jobs and let them know that you respect that and come out here, even if it in good times when the economy is just roaring, which it will be soon. I think some aspects of it still is actually roaring even more now post this virus stuff. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. But I've been doing this for a long time. This isn't my first rodeo, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen a lot over the last going on 8 years now. Probably still got a lot to see, but been here, done that. There's tricks of the trade, you know, that sort of thing. So if y'all want to learn some of that stuff personally, one-on-one phone conversation with me, get in touch with me, and I'll help you any way I can. Every market's a little bit different, every company's a little bit different, but we'll work it out one way or the other. Anyway, I'm Billy Davidson. I'm the owner of Davidson Pressure Wash and Painting, located here in Hammond, Louisiana. My phone number is 985-345-0778, and I will talk to y'all soon.